Hi everybody, I wanted to go live because I was inspired. This is sort of what I do when I go live. It's off of inspiration. And I wanted us to take a beat together. But I first wanted to ask you, does your brain, your physical mind, run the show? Do you wake up in the morning and immediately shower, coffee, water, working out, running off to work, calling this person, checking your social media, right? Doing all these things right off. And then your nervous system is like, right? It's like overwhelmed immediately, perhaps when you wake up, because your brain starts going into all the shit that you need to do that day, or all the shit that you need to accomplish in general, or where you're not at in life, right? Maybe your brain is constantly reminding you that you are not close to where you want to be and time is ticking, right? All the things. If so, that's how it is, or it can be for me, right? And so I've learned, and I teach these coping skills, right? So you can calm that physical mind down, and so you can be more in your body versus out of your body, right? Calming your nervous system down instead of letting it be in fight or flight and your brain running the show. And so when I say that, it's because stress is not good for the body. It is just not good for the body. And when you're in a state of stress, you have less access to that part of you that has all the answers that you want, because perhaps you do want to get further in life. Perhaps you do want to change your health. Perhaps you do want to change your career, or want to ask for a raise, or whatever it is, right? Sorry, it's a little hot. And maybe you want to do all those things, but you can't get there when you're in that same cycle, that same spinning, right? And when you wake up and your brain's just like, go, 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 do, right? And you don't even have awareness or a moment to ask yourself, do I really need to do those things? Do I really want to do those things? Do I really want to feel that way, right? Because it's all just a program that we're running, that our nervous system is used to making us feel a certain way. Our subconscious mind, our brain, our programming is used to telling us this, to be this way, to think these things. And we don't even ask ourselves, do we want to? And so I want to give you the choice, because when we have the choice, we can change the direction of our lives. And when we can come into awareness, which is what I'm trying to create with you right now, that this even happens and that this is even a thing, because most of us, we wake up, we get going, and it's just, okay, this is my life. I've got shit to do. I've got this to do. But then we're overwhelmed. We're overstimulated, right? And we don't realize that we have a choice in the matter, okay? And so this is what I want to help you to come in today. So we're going to take a beat, because yesterday I overstimulated my ass. I did a whole lot of stuff for my business on the computer. And my brain just wants to think and think and think, because that's what it's meant to do. It is a problem-solving machine, right? And I get creative and it feels good, yes, but my body still needs to take a fucking break, right? I have all the energy, but my body still needs to take a break. And that has always been a struggle for me, especially when I'm excited about something. And so being overstimulated yesterday, right? And then waking up this morning and I want to finish what I completed, right? I want to keep going with it. I was like, no, because that's not good for me, right? Yes, I want to complete it, I want to do it, but is that going to be for my highest and greatest good? And when I'm feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated, that is not in my highest and greatest good, because I don't want to live in that energy of that feeling of rush, of push, of do, even though it might feel good, because what I'm going to get out of that is not a healthy nervous system, is not a healthy body. I'm not going to be taking time out for myself. I'm not going to be doing my meditations. I'm not going to be doing yoga. I'm not going to be doing my affirmations, right? I'm going to get up and go and get right into the business work, right? And I'll be missing out on all these things which maintain balance for me overall, right? And because I know that this is how my body has been programmed, I realize that I need to step outside of that program in order for me to get the results that I'm trying to achieve overall. So it's really looking at the big picture, even though we're in the small part of that picture, right? And as you all know, what we do on the daily is what we get in the year, right? Or the month. And so having this awareness is key. And how to get to awareness is even more key. So what I want you to know is if you wake up, you feel that way, this is what we're going to do to calm that down and help you. Again, this is the work I do for myself, and this is the work that I share with my clients, because you need a regulated nervous system. Your nervous system cannot be on high, because you will not be able to get access to that calmness, that state of you that's going to have a different direction for you, different answers, different ahas, right? Those moments in your life that you're just like, randomly like, oh, you know what, that's a great idea. It wasn't from your physical mind. You hadn't been premeditating that, right? It was just what I call a download of, you know what, that does sound like a good idea, right? It feels good in here, right? And that is access from your highest self, from the other part of you that's not stressed out, that's not in worry. And we get these all the time, but most of the time, we can't hear them, right? Because we're in that state of stress. We're in that state of overwhelm. We're in that vibration. And so I'm going to help you to get outside that vibration so you can shift into a vibration that will help you to not only feel better, but gain access to better thoughts and different ways of thinking that you can't currently get to from your now. And so if that resonates with you, you're in the right place. If it does not, then that is okay. I wish you well in life. But let's take a beat, right? So when I'm feeling this way, and I'm going to have my eyes closed, so if you have comments, I'll get to them later. But when I'm feeling that pressure, that stress, that push, that pull, my physical mind is like yelling at me. I know that is not the energy, that is not the space, and that I need to come back to myself. I need to come back to balance. I need to come back to calm and peace, where I feel so much better and where my whole entire day will shift and change, instead of continuously pushing all day long and being exhausted. Instead, when I come to the space of calm, like, it changes my whole day. Like, the pace, the information I get, the relationships and interactions I have with those relationships change. So it is a better place to live. And so to get there, what I want us to do is close our eyes. Shutting off that stimulation from your eyes is huge. And just relaxing. And you might have seen people do this before and heard of this before, but I really want you to take the time to trust me and to do it with me and to do this for yourself. Because when you can experience this feeling, then you'll want it more. It becomes addictive because you're like, oh my God, this is so satisfying. Oh my God, this feels so good. Why haven't I been doing this, right? And that's because your brain is running the show. But we don't want our brain to run the show. We don't want to be pushed around by our brain anymore. We want to call the shots. Our highest selves want to call the shots. We want to be intentional. We want to be directive. And this is how we're going to do it. And so if you have some tension in your neck, which I always carry, which a lot of my clients always do, let's relax that. If you need to do some stretching before doing this type of thing, please do that. We want to just breathe in, breathe out as deeply as you can. And we want to not worry about what is going on around us in this moment. Right now in my life, I've got children. They're slamming doors. I got laundry in the dryer, and it's making loud sounds because I've got those cute little dryer buddy balls in there. But they make sounds. I've got the air conditioning on. So I have noise. And so the key to this is not to be silent. It's to see what your brain is doing within this silence that you are creating. How it's perhaps getting angry or judging. I used to judge the sounds around me because I thought meditation and I thought coming into myself and I thought taking a beat and slowing down had to be in complete silence. But that is not true. The best thing you can do when you're trying to start meditating is to be around noises. And people might disagree with me, and that is okay. But for me, this has worked because I have learned to shush my brain down, right? To shush her down. Her name is Bonnie. Yes, I have a name. I tell Bonnie to simmer down. I tell Bonnie to shush. That she's okay. Because your brain just wants to keep you safe. That is what it is trying to do the whole entire time, right? It's trying to navigate all these things in life for you. Like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Don't forget about that report. Don't forget about your kid. Your kid needs this, right? She's trying to help. Your brain is trying to help. But when she is overbearing, she is running the show, you are not. And when I say you are not, that's your highest self. That's the access to who you truly are, your soul level. And so when you come into this calmness, you're hearing sounds around you, but you're maintaining that that's heaven. And so we're just breathing, getting all of it out first, right? That's why we do heavy breaths first, right? We just want that tension to get out of our body. And feel within your body where you're feeling tension, where you're feeling tight, and allow yourself to just allow it to relax, like move, sit, settle, whatever you need to do. Like for me, I can feel it in my stomach because I just ate. So I have some heaviness there, and that is okay. We're not here to judge our bodies. We're not here to judge how we feel in our bodies. We're just allowing ourselves to be, to chill the fuck out, to allow our brains to just calm. And when you shut your eyes, you take away one of your senses, and that alone is like delicious. So as we're sitting here together, just taking a beat, feeling where in our bodies are heavy and just letting it go, choosing to let it go, right? We don't need to carry that weight. Keep breathing through it, right? If you feel the heaviness, sigh it out. And whatever your brain is doing, that's okay. You might be saying, this is bullshit. This isn't going to help me. I promise you, though, the more you do it, seriously, because I used to totally, like refuse it. I would push it away. I'd be like, nah, this isn't for me. Meditation's not for me. I can't sit still. I can't sit quiet. But you know what? It's just a program. It's just a thought that you're thinking over and over again, and therefore it's true. And that's your mind trying to run the show. It's not truth. And so the more we breathe and choose to relax in this space together, allowing you to listen to my voice, focusing perhaps on a noise in the background of your life, of your day, one that you have no thoughts about, no judgments about, and just be calm with it. Like right now, I'm listening to the air conditioner run. And again, I used to be so annoyed by it. It used to irritate my soul. But now I embrace the sounds, because they're just sounds. I have no judgments. It's not stopping me from doing anything. It's not impeding me from doing anything. And when you finally get to that restful place of just relaxation, no worries, nobody's calling on you, nobody needs anything. It's just you in the silence, in this moment with me together. Your body starts to feel a little bit lighter, less heavy. And the more and more you practice this not heavy feeling within your body and just relaxation, and you're breathing and relaxing, and you're just letting go of anything that pops up. You are the one who's in control. You are the one who is there. You are not your thoughts. You, my friend, are the observer of your thoughts. Hell, if we want to get deeper than that, you are not your body. You are in a body. But as you're sitting there, breathing, observing what's going on within your body, around your body, without judgment. You get to realize this feels so good. And your brain starts to calm down, especially when you are not entangling with the thoughts, with the ideas that are popping in and out. You're just allowing the thoughts to be like clouds in the sky, like, oh, okay, there you are. And if you find yourself getting entangled with a thought, with an idea, like, I gotta go make breakfast, I gotta go make lunch, I gotta go pick my kids up from school, see it, let it go, and trust that you'll take care of it when the time is right. That trust, that telling myself, that I'll get to it when it's time, when it's meant to be, or like thoughts used to pop into my head and I'd be like, oh my gosh, because I trained myself this way. Oh my gosh, I gotta write this down. I gotta go do this now, right? I was training my nervous system. I was training my brain to run the show. I was letting the program run everything. When I started to be like, you know what? Nope. I'll remember it if it's meant to be. I will not forget. I started to trust myself. I created more space between me and my physical mind and the brain that wants to run the show. And that held more space for the other part of me that has the goals, has the dreams, wants to build a multi-million-dollar business, wants to continue to live free and travel the world. I was able to make more space for her, get in touch with her, get in touch with what she really wants. She was always being drowned out by the program, by my physical mind, always wanting and vying for my attention, right? Like a puppy or like a toddler that's incessant, right? That wants something. She would continuously be left out, right? And the more we come into the space of calmness and breathing and relaxation and allow our nervous system to calm down, to not be on, to not be overwhelmed, we get access to that part of us, the dreamer. And we can see the program wanting to pop up. And when we can see that, we can make a choice of, do we follow the program? When I think about creating $1 million business, do I let my program that tells me that's impossible, that tells me, why are you telling people this? Because they're going to judge you when that doesn't happen. That's fear. That's my limiting beliefs. That's the lack of belief in myself. And I don't choose to follow her anymore. I choose to follow the part of me that is the dreamer. Because I am not my program. I am the dreamer. And I'm allowed to dream. And you're allowed to dream too. You're allowed to believe in yourself. Because the dreams that we have a purpose. We want those things for a reason because we're meant to have them. And if we can dream them and we can think about them and they can come into our awareness and we really want them, you can have them. There's nothing special between the person who has it and the person who does not have it. We might think in the 3D, in the physical world, because they have money. But you can have access to that same money. You can do the same things. You're both human. You just have different perspectives of life. You just have different beliefs. And you can change your beliefs. You can rethink. You can change the program. But in order to do that, you have to first come to a place of calmness, to a place of awareness that you even have a program. And when you understand that you have this program through calm, and you're not letting your brain run the show anymore, you can start to tap into that part of you that's going to have different actions, have different ways of thinking. And if you follow those, you will get to a different place than where you are now. Because all it takes is one new thought to change the trajectory of your life. And that might seem really small for something so big. But if you keep following it and keep following it, keep not doing what you do all the time, if you get out of the program and stop running it over and over and thinking the same way and getting the same thing every year, and you choose to believe in yourself, you choose to step outside, you will get a different result. So as you've been here for a while with me, being calm, being still, I hope that you are feeling better. I hope that you're seeing your body's calm, your nervous system's calm, you're less overwhelmed, you're less stirred up. Your brain has even been more calm. It's not yelling at you. It's not being a dictator. And this is a space we need to come to when our brains are pushing. Because then you have that choice of whether or not you really want to go and do that thing. Like, do you want to? Do you need to? The more that we question ourselves and question our motives and question what we're doing, the more awareness you're going to get. And the more awareness you have, it's the magic key. It is the key to changing and shifting. I hope, now I know, that this has served you in some capacity if you've hung out with me. And I hope that you continue to enjoy this delicious calmness that which we've created together. And if you're ready to get on with your day from a new, fresh perspective, instead of thinking of what you have to do next and getting that nervous system pumping and your mind going again, instead, before you open your eyes, think about what is it that you want to do. Yes, we all have priorities, right? We have to go pick up our children. We've got to feed our kids, right? But those aren't the things that run the show all the time, right? It's those underlying beliefs and thoughts, the pressures, the overwhelm that we carry. And when you start to ask yourself, what do I need to do next? Right? What's a priority? You can start to see it. You can start to question, start to feel a little bit better about it. And so take a deep breath, open your eyes, and I hope that this has served you. I know that this has served you if you've hung out with me. And I want you to have more moments like this in your life, because this is where change begins. Have a blessed day.